And welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. So let's get there. Hit subscribe, watch, keep the comments coming, and share with a friend because the stupidity, it's out of control. Think about this. Tensions between Russia and Ukraine have been insanely high lately. Insane. Including last night, where Russia launched one of the deadliest wave of attacks on Kiev. This morning on Truth Social, what does Trump do? Well, he tells Putin to stop. And you know he's serious because he did it in all caps. And I'm pretty sure that that's going to convince him. Let me show you what he wrote. In it, Trump turns around and he writes, "I am not happy with the Russian strikes on Kiev. Not necessary and very bad timing. Vladimir, stop," all caps. 5,000 soldiers a week are dying. Let's get the peace deal done. Yes, talk about the skill, the art of negotiation. What could be better than all capping your desires on your Truth Social platform that has 500,000, a million subscribers? Meanwhile, now I want to give you the context of what has been happening over the last few days. Yesterday at noon, Trump posted this on Truth Social about President Zelensky. In it, he turns around and he writes, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is boasting on the front page of the Wall Street Journal that, and I quote, Ukraine will not legally recognize the occupation of Crimea. There's nothing to talk about here. This statement is very harmful to the peace negotiations with Russia in that Crimea was lost years ago under the auspices of President Barack Hussein Obama and is not even a point of discussion. Maybe not for him, maybe it is for Zelensky, but not for Trump. Meanwhile, nobody is asking Zelensky to recognize Crimea as a Russian territory. But if he wants Crimea, why didn't they fight for it 11 years ago when it was handed over to Russia without a shot being fired? That, by the way, isn't true. The area also houses, for many years before, the Obama handover, major Russian submarine bases. It's inflammatory statements like Zelensky's that make it so difficult to settle this war. He has nothing to boast about. The situation for Ukraine is dire. He can have peace or he can fight for another 3 years before losing the whole country. I have nothing to do with Russia, but have much to do with wanting to save, on average, 5,000 Russian and Ukrainian soldiers a week who are dying for no reason whatsoever. The statement made by Zelensky today will do nothing but prolong the killing field, and nobody wants that. We are very close to a deal, but the man with no cards to play should now finally get it done. I look forward to being able to help Ukraine and Russia get out of this complete and total mess that would have never started if I were president. You know, I could spend 2 hours dissecting that delirium, that insane little rant on his Truth Social, almost none of it has any accuracy at all. Meanwhile, during his presser last night with wounded soldiers, he put the onus on Zelensky to stop the conflict. Obviously, this is not acceptable anymore after Russia launched this deadly attack just last night. Play the clip.
Ukraine, are you going to be meeting with President Zelensky? He's asked to meet with you this weekend. Will you be meeting with him this weekend?
I don't know that he's going to the funeral or not, but I just hope he gets this thing solved, because we're losing about, think of this, 5,000. I was saying 2,500, and everyone was telling me that's low. 5,000 soldiers are being killed every week, approximately. Think of that. Every week, 5,000 soldiers. But let's say from 3,000 to 5,000 are being killed. They're Russian and Ukrainian. They're not Americans, but they're Russian, but they're people. And they're humans. They're human beings. They have families. They wave goodbye to their son, and then they get a call that the son's no longer there. It's a vicious war, and if I can help solve it, we're not losing our soldiers, but we're losing soldiers, a lot of people.
Yeah, let me be very clear. Trump doesn't give a shit about either side, right? Well, he cares about Russia, that's certainly for sure. Meanwhile, do we not all remember when Trump turned around and said that he could stop this war in 24 hours? I don't know. Doesn't sound like the same Trump that he was on the campaign trail, right? Now, a reporter asked Trump if he would recognize Russia's occupation of Ukraine. Play that clip.
If I may, this deal that you have with Russia, does it include recognizing Russia's sovereignty over Crimea?
Well, everything is good. Look, I just want to see the war end. I don't care. If they're both happy, they both sign an agreement. I have no favorites. I don't want to have any favorites. I want to have a deal done. I want to save their lives. Now, with that being said, we're spending hundreds of billions of dollars through Biden. Biden should have never let that war happen. We're spending hundreds of billions, maybe $350 billion we've given to Ukraine. And we could use that money right here. So I'd like to see that. But most importantly right now is when I see the pictures, the satellite pictures of the battlefield, if I can stop that because of an ability I have to do things, I want to see if I can do that.
You know, it's so much easier to lie than it is to actually accomplish something. First of all, it's not $380 billion. That's already been debunked. It's been debunked by everybody, including our own government. And as far as not having a favorite, I think we all know that's a lie too. Meanwhile, Caroline Leavitt, the best-lying Trump pundit, was sent out to discuss the Russia-Ukraine war. Again, parroting Trump and attacking Ukraine. Well, I wonder if she's going to have something different to say today after Russia attacked Kiev. Play that clip.
And in order to make a good deal, both sides have to walk away a little bit unhappy. And unfortunately, President Zelensky has been trying to litigate this peace negotiation in the press. And that's unacceptable to the president. These should be closed-door negotiations. The president's national security team, his advisors, have exuded significant time, energy, and effort to try to bring this war to an end. The American taxpayer has funded billions of dollars in this effort. And enough is enough. The president's frustrated. His patience is running very thin. He wants to do what's right for the world. He wants to see peace. He wants to see the killing stopped. But you need both sides of the war willing to do that. And unfortunately, President Zelensky seems to be moving in the wrong direction.
It's unbelievable. What you have to remember is, what is it that Putin is demanding? Basically, he's demanding that nobody ever allow Ukraine to be part of NATO, that there's no funding, they have to demilitarize, they have to give up not just Crimea and other territories that have been taken by Russia during the previous and this war, but on top of that, to turn over both to Russia and the United States land mineral rights. Well, what's left for Ukraine? What are they getting at? Oh my gosh, Zelensky's not happy with this deal. How could he not be happy with this deal? Right? He's basically, as president, turning over and handing Ukraine to the guy who attacked them for no reason at all, other than expansionism. I mean, even Brit Hume, Fox News analyst, made the point that Putin doesn't seem to be making any concessions here, despite how Trump and, of course, Caroline Leavitt and others are trying to spin it. It's just not true. I ask you, do the research yourself. Turn around, read the articles, and there's a multitude of them talking about what this negotiation looks like. Listen, you don't need somebody like Trump to turn around and to say, well, listen, we're the United States, we're getting involved. Ukraine, turn over everything to Russia. Russia, are you okay with that? Sure, absolutely, Mr. President. Right? Now, all of a sudden, that's going to be your big negotiation, your big skill. Play the clip.
It was the president, not the White House press secretary, but saying that they're disappointed in Zelensky, but they're moving forward.
Well, you know, he keeps pounding Zelensky and saying it's harder to deal with him than it is with Putin. Putin, so far as I can tell, hasn't agreed to much of anything, except, yes, he'd love to annex Crimea, which is part of the proposal that's before him now. That's no concession. That's just all that is taking a gain. Zelensky resists that because Crimea, up until the Russian invaded it 10 years or so ago, was part of Ukraine. So I'm not exactly sure what the president is talking about when he says that that Zelensky has been more difficult to deal with than Putin. You know, there have been a series of ceasefire proposals. Putin either hasn't agreed to them or has immediately broken them. I'm not sure, what concessions Putin will ever be willing to make, but he certainly hadn't made very many so far.
Yeah, we will see. The president is meeting with a number.
Yeah, I mean, thank you, Britt. And actually, I appreciate the fact that Fox even allowed Brit Hume to say that. See, that's the problem. The more you repeat the lie, the more they're hoping that the lie becomes the truth. Let's not let that happen. Stay active, stay vocal, join this community, subscribe, watch, comment, keep those comments coming, and share with just one friend this channel. And as always, thanks for listening.
Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.